Hello everyone and welcome into another album reaction. Today I am finally listening to Perverts by Ethel Cain. I've been procrastinating a bit with this project because I'm honestly intimidated by it. Apparently it's a very new vibe for her. I mean, it's still very Ethel based on what I think the vibe might be. But she said that she's experimenting with much more ambient sounding music and slowcore, and I'm one of those people where sometimes I'm like, oh, this song is too slow for me. I'm one of those people, so I'm like, oh god, is Perverts gonna be my thing? We're gonna find out today. I'm also super intimidated because this album is only 9 tracks, and yet it is an hour and a half long. These are long ass tracks, so I'm kind of going into this today like I'm filming a movie reaction almost. Like, I feel like she's about to tell a story with ambiance and sound. I know there's going to be lyrics as well, which I'll try to understand to my best ability, but you know, she can get very metaphorical and symbolic and very poetic with her music, so sometimes it's really hard to decipher on a first listen. We're just gonna do our best. What I know about this project is that it started off as a concept album of her dissecting different types of people in society that are considered or labeled perverts or deviant in some way, and then it became something different, and I don't exactly know what that something different is. I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself. I will say I'm a little nervous about reacting to this album, but I loved Preacher's Daughter so much. Songs from that album were in my top charts of 2024, my top listened. My favorite 3 from there are probably Family Tree, Gibson Girl, and Thoroughfare. Love, love, love. I don't know if we're gonna get any similar vibes in this album, but it doesn't have to be similar. You know, I went into something that happened to me last year was like, I'm not really into dance pop or hyper pop, and then I listened to Brat and it opened my eyes to something that I really, really did love. So like, I'm saying right now that more ambience, long, slow core type songs aren't my vibe, but I'm so open to Ethel Cain switching me over. I'm also not gonna overhype. I'm gonna be honest with this reaction. I am a bit nervous that a lot of this reaction is gonna be me sitting here with a blank face, just nodding my head a bit and being like, it sounds nice. You know, I don't know if this is the type of project that has a lot of commentary to give, or at least my kind of commentary, because I'm so lyrics and story heavy. And I'm just so nervous. I'm so nervous about like the ambiance heavy, because I'm like, what can I take from ambiance? I'm not used to dissecting ambiance. I don't know. So apologies in advance if this is a super boring reaction, but I think I'm gonna post it either way. I'm just gonna make it honest either way. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have thought of this project, especially with it being so different apparently from what I've heard from Preacher's Daughter, which really blew her up. I haven't seen a lot of discourse about it online, so it's a bit of a mystery to me still. Oh, and my claimed track is Housofpsychoticwomn. Obviously. It's stylized like all is one word and there's some letters missing, so I wonder if that's significant, or everything is significant with Ethel Cain, I fear. With that being said, let's start off with track 1, the title track, Perverts. Oh my gosh, looking up the album now on Apple Music, I'm realizing it's her first album that's not explicit at all. Oh, okay. This sounds like, I don't know why it's reminding me of this, but it, you know, in Titanic, the movie Titanic, when they're like at church on the boat and they're singing like this church hymn, it kind of sounds like exactly like the same melody as that hymn that I'm thinking of. I don't know if it is the same because I never paid attention to the lyrics, but it's giving church hymn. The vocal effect on it, it's breaking down. Ooh, I don't know why that gave me chills. I have chills already. Okay, if I'm right that this is a church hymn of some kind, the fact that it's breaking down, I feel we're about to get into some shit. It sounded kind of distorted the whole time, but the total breakdown at the end made it 10 times creepier and 10 times more poignant, I think, that this is deconstructing a religion that you've been brought up to believe in, and that very well could be what it's trying to say. And if it is meant to push that type of narrative, it's definitely giving some Preacher's Daughter vibes, but Feels like we're like just outside. Ooh, I hear the slight talking. I don't like that it's just talking to me. Oh my god, the voice is breaking down too. Ew. Do you know what this sounds like? I just watched Eraserhead by David Lynch for the first time. These sounds in my ears right now are giving a David Lynch soundtrack. I have crazy chills. Like creepy chills. Yeah, I can tell we're building up. I feel like I'm gonna be like closed in on myself like this for a lot of it. Ew, it feels like something's running at me. I'm scared. Also, given that this song is called, let me pause for a second, because I feel like it's about to break out into something really soon. This album and this song is called Perverts. So heaven has forsaken, abandoned the masturbator. I think she's looking at perverts through a societal lens here, and heaven has forsaken the masturbator means like society or this specific religion has deemed that masturbating deems you a pervert. And since you do that, you don't get to go to heaven. That's actually a very, very loaded thing to say, and quite a way to start off an album. Alright. This is so cozy. I mean, that's what, you know what? That's what a lot of people preach. Everyone's a sinner, no one's a good person. Do they try their best? Yeah, but since they do this, actually, they're not even good. Okay, expected it a little bit more this time. Oh, there's dripping now. What is dripping in the back? Interesting allegory. Basically, like, living life in the fast lane, you're just gonna be depressed. Indulging in certain things just makes you sad, even though it feels good in the moment. I think this is an electric guitar right now. Super distorted. Oh, yes, heaven. Tell me all about heaven. The breakdown on the vocals is so creepy. Uh-huh. Knowing that this is going to be a really ambient song, I'm trying to put meaning into the storytelling of the actual music rather than only the lyrics. And I'm wondering if this silence followed by that kind of loud in-your-face guitar is supposed to represent like some sort of mental space where everything seems fine and then everything hits you at once again, and then you get out of it and you're okay again, and then all these pressures hit you at once again. Trying to be a good person, you know? Like you try and you try and you try, and then you're screamed at that you're not good enough for heaven. Ooh. I feel like there's a bit of an orchestra entering. This is such a weird blend. The noise and the orchestra feels like a serious internal battle. Oh shoot.
It's happening to everybody.
Yeah, it's happening to everybody. What? Being cast out of heaven, like no one's allowed in anymore at this point? Or like the internal battle of, am I good enough? You know, because I wonder, that could very much be like impulsive thoughts as well that were happening in the lyrics based on what they were taught growing up. Those impulsive thoughts follow them into adulthood, and then the end of the song saying it's happening to everybody, like this depression, this overwhelming feeling of I'm not good enough, giving up. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Guys, we made it through a track. We made it through. I already got to put more lip gloss on. I'm curious if the story is gonna continue, you know, into the next song, or if each song is kind of gonna be its own thing that isn't meant to be continuous, but still adds to like the overall theme that we're gonna figure out. Next is Punish. Fuck off, it's a haunted swing set. Oh, I don't know why I was not expecting piano. Are we gonna get real vocals this one? The swing set in the back is so unsettling.
Whatever's wrong with me.
See? I feel like I'm sticking with my theory that that first track is these impulsive thoughts that cast doubt on this person trying to just do their best day to day because of everything they were raised on. Now they doubt if they're a good person, if anyone's a good person. And now starting off punished with whatever is wrong with me, assuming that there's something wrong with you. Why do we think there's something wrong with you? Hopefully the lyrics dive into that. Okay.
I will take to bed. I give in so easy.
It's nice to hear her voice again, like, it's been a while.
Choose on me. Always been this way.
Whatever is wrong with me, I will take to bed. I give in so easy. She gives in to whatever is wrong with her. And she's saying that it's nature. Like, it's in her nature, whatever this flaw is. And she allows it to drag her down. And it feels like a slow death each time that she gives in to whatever human nature she's giving into.
It's always been this way.
Having this guilt, that's sad.
Punished by love.
Well, that line makes the whole swing set in the background even more depressing because it just hits different. Like, love from family when you're a kid, that's just so important. And her saying she's punished by love, and I'm hearing that haunted swing set. It might not even meant to be sounding like a swing set. It just is to me. I might be making that up.
Punished by love.
And she could also be talking about desire that blooms from love, not feeling right and comfortable in it. Always guilty the mornings after. Alright, you know I gotta look up that word. Plaché? What the hell? When I typed in plaché meaning, a Reddit thread about Ethel came up. Okay. Wait, what? It's a surname. Plaché family history. Word meaning? Is it not a word? I'm not sure that it is. I don't know what I'm missing out on there. Let me know. But yeah, she's talking about how I think her whole life she feels like something's wrong with her. She feels guilty about the feelings that she has. This second verse, you can call it that, I don't know if this is an interesting song structure, but dives more into specifically sleeping with somebody and then feeling guilty about it the morning after. He was a natural plaché. It's bothering me that I don't know what that means, saying you won't forget this. Shame is sharp though, and my skin gives so easy is kind of giving like, even though the shame is sharp and I give into that shame very easily, I also give into this person easily, and I'll probably end up here again, possibly. The chills are back. They made me leave. Who the... Oh. I love this production here at the end. Like, I don't think it can build up more, and then it does. Oh, I love those new add-ons of the electric. Oh, and her vocals are stacked, different harmonies. That echoey vocal sounds so good. Oh, I was holding my breath a little. Who made her leave? That's what I need to know. Was cast out by the other angels? Maybe? Oh, I think that this album's gonna deal a lot with like what society deems an outcast and not feeling good enough for what society wants. That's what I'm getting from these first two tracks for sure. Even the piano distorts at the end. I mean, it's Ethel Cain. Oh, I have nothing more to say, because you know what's nice? Music's really loud in my ears, so I'm probably talking louder than I need to. But as the song breathes, I can actually like talk to you guys about what my thoughts are during the song instead of dumping on you at the end of it. I guess I have nothing else to say about that song other than what I just said, so let's get into my chosen claimed track, Housofpsychoticwomn. I believe this is a long one. Hold on, I can't see how long it is on my computer. 13 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit longer, but let's see. Oh my god. Did I hear I love you? Oh my god, it is saying I love you. Are we getting love bombed right now?
I love you.
Ooh. This feels like a racetrack going around in circles. That is an uncomfortable sound. Oh, I hate this. Ooh, I hate, oh, I hate that sound in my ears. Okay, I'm starting to get in some lyrics, so let me pause, but also let me pause because I need a break. Is the goal of this song to make me feel like a psychotic woman? Because if that's the goal, we're there already. This is a little bit of a random side note, but these lyrics, when they just started up just now, the voice is very faint, but I can hear it enough to tell you that it kind of reminds me of Coraline's dad when he is kind of revealed to be just a puppet of the other mother, and he's got like that drony, like breakdown voice. If you know, you know. But what the hell are we talking about? There was a point where everything bent down. I feel like I don't have enough context to know where we're at with that yet. Ah, I see. Bent down as in worshipped me. Everything is interesting. If this lyric said where you bent down, I would probably go to lover pretty easily with that and be like, oh, they worshipped her and now they don't care. I mean, that is one way to take all of these lyrics about a person or a relationship. Like, you used to worship me and then you took everything from me till I had nothing left. I still wonder why you left, why you didn't come back like you said you would. Now I feel used. But the fact that she says everything and she doesn't specify a person, when she starts the explanation out with there was a point where everything bent down, it makes it even more sad because it's like the world treated me like I was this amazing thing, this amazing person, and now everyone just shits on me. Everything abandons me. I don't belong anywhere. And maybe it was all a lie. Like, you built me up when I was younger, and then once I grew up and kind of formed a mind of my own, oh, well, now that's not okay. Now you can't sit with us. Oh, wow. This is interesting. The follow-up of I love you is really interesting here. I think I was right, honestly, with like the love bombing, the repetition of I love you. I think it was meant to represent love bombing and it wasn't real then and she was easily cast aside. But I've tried so hard to explain in words what it meant to me, and then hearing I love you feels like her actually saying I love you instead of being love bombed, except her I love you is genuine. No, wait for it to come back is sad. Wait for the world to love me again, yikes. Oh shit. This is a big turn in these lyrics. I feel like this is also very much like a inner monologue, which makes this turn in what she's saying here really scary, where she says, hey, I'm gonna wait for love to find me again. Like, it's okay. Love will find me. And then turning and saying, do you think you know how to give up? Do you think you understand what it means to be loved? Like, were you even loved before? Are you waiting for something that never even existed? You don't, and you never will. Fucking yikes. Love is beautiful. Yeah, love is beautiful. You never get to have it. The voice. The voice, man. This feels too dark to be self-love. Like, if we're still theorizing this is all inner monologue, that would mean she's saying to herself that she at least loves herself, but the voice feels, you know, feels like a demon. So, you know what? It could also be like, fuck, you know what it could be? You know how it switched on us? Well, I mean, most of the song has felt very manipulative. It love bomby and then telling you to wait for love, but then being like, just kidding, fuck you. You never experienced it, you never will. Those inner thoughts are basically like negative thinking, right? What if the I do is literally that negative voice in your head? And it's saying to her here that he, she, they will always love her. They'll always be right here. I do. It's a bonding marriage. They're gonna stay ingrained in her until death do them part. You know what I said about how this sounding like a racetrack going round and round, like something going round and round? That kind of fits with her going round and round in her head about wondering whether love that she thought she experienced at one time is real or not, whether she wants to experience it again or not, whether she thinks she's deserving of experiencing it again or not. Oh my, what the fucking grudge? Oh, we're sinking to the bottom of the ocean right now. Oh, the I love yous are back. I think the beginning of the song started out with the I love you repetition. Oh my god, it literally is the grudge. It literally is the grudge. Oh, I hate that noise. I hate all the noises. No, okay, the beginning of the song, the I love you repetition, very much felt like she's reminiscing on a time where she genuinely felt loved. But when she thought more and more about that time, the more she doubted all of it and doubted whether she could even get that possibly unauthentic type of love again, if she can ever experience real love. And now the I love yous and the I do's, I feel like it 100% is coming from like her negative thoughts, her negative voice in her head that's now dictating everything. It's telling the story of this awful spiral of emotion that ends in feeling like you aren't deserving. Okay, I think the grudge voice at least is gone. Oh, it feels like static pulsing. Are we just gonna say I love you for the rest of the song? It feels like we're drowning in our own mind. The racing machine washing cycle's back. You know, as much as it makes me uncomfortable, this is, I think, pretty genius. This insane repetition of I love you, dragging her deeper and deeper into it, allowing her negative thoughts to just completely take over her mind and feel worthless. At least that's what I'm taking from this. The genius lyrics are probably going to be like, this song is actually about going on a cruise with a serial killer and then dumping someone's body somewhere. I don't fucking know. Oh, what are those new vocals? This song is dizzying. I genuinely feel like I'm being brainwashed. I don't know if I'm gonna come out on the other end the same person. Oh my god, it's giving me a break. Alright, we got maybe 20 seconds apiece.
I love you.
Damn, I know.
I love you.
The voice is getting louder.
I love you.
Yeah, okay. That was the hardest one to listen to so far, I would say, and the most tragic, and I'm happy that it's over, but I thought it was brilliant. We're on to track 4, which is a word I do not know, Vacillator. I never know if she's making up words or if I need to look it up, but I'm gonna look it up just in case. Vacillator meaning the ability to control reactivity with recognizing and responding to negative emotions in self and others. Well, shit. We need to be doing that after House of Psychotic Women. I hope this is what she means. We need a decompression. We need to sort through our thoughts. We need to dig ourselves out of the mental trenches that we just sunk down into. Okay. Hello, drums. I hope these turn into some big-ass war drums, us fighting against our negative thoughts. It feels like, it doesn't feel like I'm just hearing drums right now, but it feels like I can feel the room that we're in, not just the instrument that I hear. Ooh. Pretty vocals, thank you. I needed those right now. That's That's an interesting lyric after she talked about how she feels like she used to be punished for giving in to just her human nature. And obviously, thunder and lightning is literal nature. And so she's saying, you won't lose me to thunder or lightning, like you're not going to lose me to my flaws that are given to me by nature, because I push those away. But you could lose me to crowded rooms, like you could lose me to me trying to please others and fit into societal norms. If you want, you can bite me and I won't move and you won't lose, is kind of giving a bit of a Garden of Eden, the apple allegory, you know, bite into me. It's not a trick. You can do that and I won't punish you. Kind of going back to how she hates that she's felt punished by everyone else her whole life. She's not giving in to becoming the person that has hurt her. Drum break. These instrumental breaks in this song are much more calming than the last. Repeating these lyrics is interesting. Ooh. The humming is really pretty. These extra added sounds here are nice. Oh, God, I don't know how I feel about the double, like how this song starts with the drum instrumental, then goes into that verse. The same drum instrumental goes into that same verse. I kind of wish it was just the one, but that's just my musical preference. Like hearing that repeated, I mean, it makes me wonder if I need to pay closer attention to what these lyrics are saying, because obviously if it's repeated, I feel like she's really trying to get something across. I mean, I wonder if we're talking to our negative thoughts. Like she's saying she will give in to them. God, what the hell are we talking? You know what? Yep, okay, more lyrics. I love the humming. Why does her just humming sound so good? Oh God. Oh God. What? What? Why? I'm not ready. Just give me a second. Jesus. I like the sound you make. Okay. Maybe we are talking about a real person. When you're clawing at the edge without escape, do you like that? I could make you come 20 times a day. What the f? That was an interesting sound. Like, bow! Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. This verse that confused me. I like that sound you make down to I could make you come 20 times a day. Obviously is all very, very, very physical. And I feel like she is using the physical as a distraction because she doesn't feel like she can trust love or if she's deserving of love. So she doesn't want to complicate things with those types of feelings. Another tragic song. Are we surprised? No. I really started off this song being like, guys, I think we might be fighting against our negative thoughts. Oh, guys. Another one with another tragic story. I mean, it starts kind of like with her, it feels like seducing somebody, trying to entice them to come closer sort of thing. The physical connection is there and is very confident and strong, but it ends on, if you love me, keep it to yourself, where she's like, I can't handle trying to figure out love, which is so sad because the previous song is all about how her whole life, that's all she wanted. And now she's here coping with this synthetic love that comes with only containing something to a physical connection. Ooh, she's going through it. Okay, next up is Onanist, meaning person who practices masturbation. All right, we're back here again. Also interesting that this is the title of the next track because obviously in Vacillator, she was with someone, it seemed. Could make for an interesting turn in the story. I feel like that static, that in and out static we've heard before on this album. More distortion. Oh my God, there was some sort of vocal, is that a vocal effect? Yes, it's happening in the song. It almost sounded like my dog howling a little, like really faintly. These vocals are crazy. Oh. Oh my god. I love what she's doing here vocally. I love when she brings out this crazy electric sound. I want to know love. Girl, I know. You're lying to yourself in the last song. The rest of the song is just her repeating "it feels good" with this instrumental. Like, just relying on herself? Because obviously the title is referring to masturbation. So maybe she's like completely given up on others to feel good even with just physical. The talking is back! God, it feels like we're lost in a windstorm though. It feels like you want it to be enough. Oh, interesting way. Oh! The song said no. Wait for me. I was gonna say the pause between "it feels" and then "good" is interesting, and it's especially interesting when she ends on just "it feels" without saying "good," because it's like she's just trying to feel something. And it feels good because at least it feels. There I found me in a long, long wood, astray midway of mortal life. Midway of mortal life, I was thinking just at first when I heard it, I was like, it's giving fantasy. Like we've found ourselves in another universe, but midway of mortal life actually could mean like midway age-wise, like halfway through mortal life and astray still, like you've made it halfway through your whole life and you still feel just as lost and you've witnessed so much agony. And so there, before the grace of God, like knowing that God is watching, I give in because I want to know love, because she still hasn't felt anything. And she's insisting here, it feels good, even though I think, you know, it is just a placeholder for the love that she has yet to experience, and she's just trying to feel. Okay? Another tragedy in the books. Great. Next is Pulldrone, which is a long-ass song at like 15 minutes or something. I don't know what is about to happen next. I have little faith that it's gonna get better.
One.
Oh.
Apathy.
Ooh.
And I am nothing.
That's dark. Okay.
I have always possessed the insatiable need to see what happens inside the room.
Oh god, what room are we talking about?
Wellspring of knowledge, of feeling, of sensation, aggrandization.
Whoa, the fuck you mean aggrandization? Okay, Google. Or the state of being aggrandized or exalted in power, rank, honor, or wealth, exaltation, enlargement. I think I know what it's saying. And I think what I said is actually correct, possibly. Applying grandeur to something. Building it up in your head, possibly as more than what it actually is.
The pull.
The pull, like it's luring you in, this idea of love.
I want to know what God knows, and I will be with him. And over the edge I sigh, flush against the veil I sing.
Oh, interesting. Sent over the edge I sigh, that is giving sex. And then flush against the veil I sing, to me is giving possibly marriage because of the veil. Attributing sighing and singing to those two different things is really cool. Okay, look, this girl's just looking for connection. She just doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And she needs someone that understands her and wants to, like, be genuine with her. Oh my god, we're still counting.
Perversion.
Ooh, I love the vocal effect on that word. Also, it's cool that we're bringing that up given, you know, it continues the through line of the album.
It is no good. Speaking of fairness, the fool's errand.
Life isn't fair. That's the first thing my mom taught me. It feels like she loved to say it. Oh god, resentment. This isn't a fun one.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live.
Okay. I feel like she's talking about how she hates the idealization of love and what it should be.
I was an angel, though plummeting. Degradation, nature chews on me.
We got that lyric before. That's weird that that lyric is paired with degradation. She's talking just about aging and how that feels degrading. Nature chews on me. It could be the aging process.
Annihilation.
What are we annihilating?
This agony. Such is the consequence of audience.
Oh.
And we will not speak of this place again.
This place. Wait, the Great Dark. So it's like she fell from the sky and was given life, and then life is agony. Because there's too many fucking people in this world to judge us. And then she can't wait to get out of here. Jesus Christ.
Desolation. Therein lies sacred geometry of onanism.
Fuck. Ouroboros. Circular symbol depicting a snake, or less commonly a dragon swallowing its tail as an emblem of wholeness or infinity. That's really, really cool. The sacred geometry of Ouroboros is desolation, because you are completely alone and stuck in that cycle of aloneness. Very scary type of infinity.
Punishment.
Oh, she thinks everything is self-punishment. This song feels just like absolute, not the amen, Jesus Christ. Now we just have the whole rest of the song is all instrumental. That's it for the lyrics. I feel like it's very, very likely that she used power tools to create this album. I mean, Pulldrone is giving power tool. This instrument feels like a voice and a machine at the same time. It's uncomfortable. I just have to be honest, I'm not a fan of this. Like, there's no way. I'm very intrigued by this genre though, and I wonder how niche it is, how big the fan base for this genre is, and who other big artists for this genre are, where it's very ambiance. Sitting here through this is pretty hard, I can't lie. Like, if I was listening to this album alone, I wouldn't last the rest of the song. Can I make it through this even on a reaction? I think I almost actually enjoyed Housofpsychoticwomn more, even though it hurt me. I had a very physical reaction to the instrumental on that one. This one just feels, it just makes me feel empty and just feel nothing. Which, like she said, I am nothing. Very likely purposeful for me to feel this way, but I'm not used to sitting in this feeling. Like, and there's been little shifts here and there through these instrumentals. There has. But nothing dramatic. It just keeps me coasting, and I don't like it. I would actually really, really love, if you are a big fan of this specific song, I would love for you to tell me why and what it makes you feel. I can do it. I do not need to skip. I don't need to skip ahead. Oh yeah. The Pulldrone, I think it's dying. Thank God. Now what? Oh no, it's back. Oh, it's back. Fuck you! It's over. I will never be listening to this again. I've been thinking, I wonder if I'll ever listen to any of this album again. Other than this last song, I've enjoyed the experience, but I also don't see myself just putting it on in the future, because like I said, it kind of feels like a movie. It really does, like a soundtrack. But I mean, first of all, if you like this song, Pulldrone, if you like it, you're very cool. You're so much cooler than me. It felt like she was kind of creating her own 10 commandments, but it was 12 commandments. She was giving them to us. I love that she ended lyrically on Amen. Very creepy and just like sad that she's kind of worshiping her own despair and defeat and nothingness. I'm very excited to move on to the next one, which looks like a French word to me. Etienne? Oh, a crown or garland. It is a name of French origin, but it means crown or garland. Okay. No lyrics available. What the hell? Hell no. I'm gonna pull up Genius lyrics. There might not be any lyrics, honestly. Or there are some lyrics. It has a spoken outro. I hate to say it, but this, because I know it's probably not gonna go this way, but there's something hopeful about this melody. It feels like an acceptance of some sort, but that could be a sad thing, because I don't know what we're accepting. I love that sound. Is that a guitar? I actually can't tell. It sounds like something in between like a guitar and a piano. You know what? This is a really pretty instrumental. This might actually be something I would put on, but just as a background noise. God, I'm terrified for what this spoken outro is about to do though. This is almost making me sleepy. Like, I just want to keep my eyes closed. The rest of the album has been so noisy too that I almost don't notice, like, there is an added layer of almost static and buzzing or beep. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't bother me at this point. This song still feels like a relief, despite the added noise on top of the pretty instruments we're hearing. I might even add hope into what this feels like. Oh, who is talking? What? People are resilient.
Felt so good that he didn't want to kill himself anymore.
Alright. Wasn't expecting that at the end. It's an interesting message. The more you just keep trying. God, he was trying so hard to kill himself. Trying for anything. Just keep going, keep pushing yourself to the limit. Keep trying. Eventually that's going to induce a positive effect. It could also be reference to like the cycle that we go through, the up and down cycle that life is. There's a lot that you could take from this message that she put here at the end, and it's definitely one where I would love to hear your interpretations. Next is Thatorchia, which I doubt is a real word. Oh my god, no lyrics available again. Genius lyrics, come back to me. We were put right into a storm for this one. Oh my god, this song is instrumental. It is all instrumental. Oh Jesus. But ending with Etienne, ending on a message of wanting to die but then taking it back. I wonder if he also kind of felt good that in the discovery that his body was so resilient mentally, because he was like, wow, I think I really am meant to be here and I can handle much more than I thought I could. I'm gonna look this up right away on Genius to see what the About section says. She said Thatorchia is a word that popped into my head and I couldn't stop thinking about it. This is the definition I wrote down for it. Thatorchia, the bitter acceptance of the knowledge that God will let you near but he won't let you stay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I got excited about acceptance for a second. Oh, you hear her screaming in the back? It's like pretty screams though. This is interesting because it feels like we're in a storm, but her voice feels angelic. Her angelic singing, yeah, is mournful of what I think of because of her feeling of not being accepted, but acceptance in not being accepted. Oh, I like the breathing. Oh, I love that we're repeating that big breath in. It's interesting because she has whoa. I was gonna say, it's interesting because she has like her vocals in the foreground that are very pretty and everything, but then she also has vocals in the background that are kind of mimicking the same style, but they sound even more mournful than the ones in the foreground. So like the hope is in the foreground, but in the back, it's like in the back of her head, she knows she shouldn't have hope and she's never gonna make it to heaven. I always love the addition of a little bit of an electric guitar. Alright. We're nearing the end and I have to say, you know, instrumental songs are never gonna be, I don't think they're ever gonna be something I'm gonna be very drawn to. Static, ended on static. Alright guys, we've made it to the final track, track 9, Amber Waves. What's the conclusion to this story? I'm sure it's gonna be something really, really nice and hopeful and lovely. God, this album loves it some static. I feel like it's really actually been there every track, whether you hear it in the forefront or not. God, now that we've accepted it, it's like she's fought against this whole album. She's fought against what she's supposed to be, giving into what she really is, feeling guilty about it, and then accepting that she's just not gonna make it to heaven because of that. That's what it feels like the journey has been so far. So I'm like, now what? Ethel's just an amazing storyteller. She's, and I could never begin to comprehend.
Just as much as you need.
Oh my god. Taking some pills right now? interesting. Amber is a person and she's waving. I love that guitar. Yeah, clearly this girl is used to being alone based on everything we've heard thus far. Oh. God, goes back to her saying that she is nothingness. So she puts on this facade of like, whatever anyone does, what you do, it won't affect me, but at least you're still here, my God. No, she admitted that it is love. Yikes. Are those amber waves liquor by chance? You put yourself in catatonia. Oh yes. So that you don't have to feel all of these feelings that are rushing to you from being left because it meant so much to you. Very different. The story it tells from the rest of the album, it makes it that much more heartbreaking after what the rest has been. God, and then she includes this type of instrumental where it feels like hope is rising, but I know it's not. I know it's not. The hope that I hear is the acceptance that was talked about by Ethel about Thatorchia. The word is hard. Where it's acceptance of being nothing, meaning nothing, feeling nothing, and having no hope for good after this life, which is like the most depressing thing ever. But it's almost like instrumentals tell the story of that acceptance being a relief. It feels like she's disappearing too, right here. I think it's those like haunting, distant vocals coming in a little bit that makes me feel that.
I can't feel anything.
Ending on I can't feel anything is a wild one. But girl, I know, I can feel that. I can feel that you can't feel. That's an accomplishment on Miss Hayden's part, Miss Ethel Cain. God, I just feel drained. Right now, I feel drained after listening to this album. I think for me, deciding to go into it as experiencing a film rather than discovering music that I'm going to want to listen to later was definitely the right move because I enjoyed the experience for the most part. There were parts that really, the whole album slowly drained me as it went on, but I think it's supposed to. I think that's what it's supposed to do, so I enjoy that worked on me. I don't think, for the most part, that I could listen to this one again. It's an experience for me. I can't let it be a repeat offense. I mean, starting off with being told what you are and then succumbing to being that, deciding, okay, I must be that, I must be worthless, and accepting that is an awful story to be. It's so tragic. I think I'm gonna go ahead and read the Genius lyrics on my own time. I'm sure I'll be enlightened by some things that Ethel has said about some of these songs, but as of right now, I actually need a break. Go ahead and talk about your personal interpretations of the music and of what Ethel had to say. By the time I post this, I'll have read the Genius lyric about sections and maybe have an even stronger grasp on what story this album is telling. Oh, let me go ahead and try to do a ranking. It's weird to do a ranking for an album like this, but here you go. I don't really know how I'm ranking this, like what makes one song better than the other. It just all is so cohesively told that it feels like I just experienced something all at once, not 9 separate songs. My God, I need to eat some ice cream. Stay safe out there, you guys. Next time I see you for music is gonna be Tate McRae. It's gonna be a very different vibe. We're gonna be a lot happier. I'm so happy that I got around to this and it was definitely worth my time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next time.